Welcome in, Trent Sisley, one of the crown jewels of the 2025 class. That has to be a good sounding ring to it.
Yes, sir, for sure.
What heavy lies the crown? Speaking of which, but how much pressure is it being? This class, just in and of itself, has been talked about so much. And thank you, by the way, for being with us, Trent. Um, so much has been talked about with this class. How much pressure is it being one of those quote unquote crown jewels of this class?
Yeah, it's I don't think it's too much pressure. Like you said, this is a great class. I've played with most of them. I played just Saturday with them in the All-Star game. So, to play with all of them, it's been good. And it's definitely not too much pressure. So it's been good.
Early on, you guys play a ton of games. You don't get to practice much. Do you guys practice during the downtime? How much practice gets to go in? Because now you've got All-Star Week going on. So I know
Mhm.
you've got other things going on right now before the 3SSB championship rolls around. But it's been kind of a nonstop busy quote unquote off season, I guess I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. We practice like if when we're going in somewhere like Texas or Birmingham or a place like that, we'll like practice on the, night we all get in, just to get ready for the weekend.
And of course, you've got a great roster of teammates that running with there at Indiana Elite, undefeated. I'm trying to keep up with the record, but you go to the 3SSB, they've got you guys at one record, but you've won some other games outside of the circuit, I guess. But either one you look at, you guys are undefeated. Is that something you expected or your team expected at this point to still be unbeaten?
Yeah, I don't know if I expected it coming in, it was the first year, switching over to Indiana Elite. So, to be undefeated right now, it's obviously, pretty good. But yeah, I don't know if I expected it, but, I think it's something that, came along with it.
And right now, I mentioned that it's All Star Week, and so as the juniors, you guys have already played. You beat Kentucky, which that had to be fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We,
Was Malachi on that team, by the way?
yeah, no, he wasn't there. He was in the Adidas Euro camp.
Oh, okay. Just curious, but yeah, gives you a taste of what is coming next year, which of course on the bigger stage of being the seniors, but uh, just getting a taste of this. What so far? What's it been like to put that All Star jersey on? Saw some pictures off of the Instagram account, John. You can put those up if you want, but it has to be just cool to don that jersey because of some of the go back in the annals. Some of the greats of all time wore these jerseys, man, whether it's Larry Bird or whomever. Uh, there's a group right there, man. You want to talk about a group of four, man. Desmond Briscoe, Trent himself, Braylon Mullins, and Mark Zachary. Those that'll get you going anywhere. And then you throw Malachi in that. Whoo, that's a load to handle for these guys. It's probably why you're undefeated.
Yeah, like you said, All-Star Week's been good so far, you know, a lot of the core group plays Indiana Elite with me, so to be able to play with them again, this week has been really easy. It's kind of been the same almost, with Brady, and then we're gonna have Xavier Robinson back on Wednesday, so it's been really great so far.
One of the things that I heard some people mention, whether it was back during the season or whenever, was, well, I don't know if Trent Sisley is tough enough. And I kind of chuckled because I was down at one game when you got busted in the nose. And then there was, I saw had some other pictures where you had a gash over your eye open. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's an issue. Uh, you have grown accustomed to because of playing in high school and have to play out of position a lot, but you've grown accustomed to having to play in the paint with the bigs, the bigs.
Yeah, for sure. I think that comes along with all the double and triple teams, and just getting beat up a lot. That's one thing I take pride in is trying not to miss any games. trying to play through injuries, if you can, obviously. But, like I said, that's something I take pride in, is being able, my availability.
Uh, say hi to Russell for him. It'll make his day. I
What
think
up?
he meant to say hi, not hit him, but don't hit him. But yeah. And so the next game with this in the All-Star series comes tomorrow night, and which is bigger, playing the Indiana seniors or playing against the Kentucky All-Stars right now?
I think the Indiana seniors for sure. They're a year older than us. They should have the advantage. Just being a little bit older, and obviously it's in-state kids. We all kind of know them; they know us. So I think definitely playing the Indiana seniors is a bigger game for both of us.
Yeah, how much competition is there, and bragging rights? I mean, juniors don't beat the seniors. I'm sure it has happened. I'd have to look back, but this hasn't been going on forever. But that's not something that normally happens. But you guys, like I said, loaded class, man. What a group of talent. But how much competition is really there?
Yeah. I played with a few of them on Indy Heat. So you kind of know some of them. And then obviously they got Flurry Badunga, guys like that, Jack Benner, just people like that. So obviously there is a lot of competition. It'll be tough, but I do think we can beat them. So it'll be
Yeah,
a fun game.
yeah. I guarantee it's going to be a fun game to watch. And for those of you up around the Kokomo area, or whether you can travel, that's the place to be tomorrow night to check that action out. Next year, obviously, you will most likely be a part of the senior all-stars and get to go through this process again. How does doing that this year kind of work you in for being ready for this kind of thing next season?
Yeah, I know. I think it kind of gives you a taste of it a little bit, kind of get the experience a little bit. Obviously, you get the jersey too, so that's cool. But I think just playing with the guys, really, like I said, just getting into it a little bit, being able to play the Kentucky guys, which probably play most of them next year again. So, really just kind of a start to next year.
And looking for, then you've got, of course, the high school season coming back around for one more run through that. It's kind of a nonstop. When do you get a break? I guess after the 3SSB championship in Rock Hill, which is what, July?
Yeah, it's middle of July, I think.
So do you get a break from mid-July to the school starting, or are you going to be doing visits in between there before school starts?
Yeah, I think I'll probably take most of my visits, maybe late summer, obviously early fall, and then try and make my decision after that. And as far as like break time, rest time goes, might take a week, here and there after the Rock Hill Adidas Championship, but obviously working out every day in the fall, getting ready for the season, and then team workouts start during the fall too. So not much break, but you kind of gotta take breaks here and there so let your body recuperate.
And the mind, got to let your
Yeah,
mind, because I mean, how much there's, I don't want to say mental stress, but it does wear on you when you play this many games, and you guys go on the road with the Heat, the Indiana Elite, and you're playing sometimes 5 games in a weekend. And yeah, you're 18 years old, you can handle it, but it's still it wears on you, man.
yeah, it wears a little bit. Obviously it's good to be home, but traveling's fun, but always being home is always a good thing. Stuff like that.
Absolutely. And yourself, Braylon Mullins, Malachi Moreno, all like a trio on that team of India Elite. There are many others, Desmond Briscoe, Mark Zachary, who are great. Let's talk about quickly about Mark Zachary. This is a football player. This is a guy that everybody has pegged, and he's already committed to Notre Dame. I'm going to be shocked if he does not, and I want to get him on, but I will be shocked if he does not end up playing for Micah Shrewsbury up there at Notre Dame as well, if football allows him to do that, because he is a hell of He's a game wrecker. Todd Leary talks
Yeah.
about him a lot. He's a game wrecker, man. What a great point guard he is for you guys.
Yeah, he is. He's kind of a late addition to, Indiana Elite with us this year, but ever since he joined, he's been he fit right in along with us. He's pass first guy, plays right way, gets people the ball, but he can also take it himself, score whenever he wants. So great passer. It's just been great to have him.
We've seen as the summer has gone on, uh, yours, Braylon's, Malachi's, everybody for that matter, the elevation of the recruiting. More and more people are not only seeing you, but seeing you guys at a high level. Like I said, you're all undefeated
Yeah.
on the 3SSB circuit. That's not easy. You have played a myriad of teams from all over the place, and whether it's been down in Texas, up in Indianapolis, wherever the case may be. So you guys have seen a lot of talent from around the country. How much pressure does that start to put on you guys being undefeated?
Yeah, I don't think it's too much pressure. Obviously, like I said earlier, that wasn't our goal going into the season. Obviously, I think it's obtainable now. Being far into the season with only a few more events left. Obviously, we're going to play some tough teams in Rock Hill. With some of the best Adidas teams. So I don't think there's too much pressure, if any at all. But I think it's a lot of fun to have that privilege of being undefeated and to obviously be able to towards the end of the season.
Your recruitment as well has been. I mean, you're being recruited obviously heavily by Indiana, by Purdue, and by Micah Shrewsbury up at Notre Dame, in addition to Iowa, Michigan State, and many others. Is that fun? And does there come a point to where okay, it's not fun now? Where's that line?
No, yeah, my recruitment, been pretty good, been pretty fun. It's not been too overwhelming. I haven't really had too many like 20, 30 schools reaching out at the same time. Because I kind of think Midwest guy, probably stay somewhere, kind of close.
Oh,
Um,
I've already told many people. I said he's not leaving the state of Indiana. I said I have, and this is nothing. This is I said personally, I think this is an Indiana Purdue battle. I said you can throw Notre Dame in that as well, but that's just my opinion, and I'm not asking you about that, but I've said that.
yeah,
But that's because these are two great programs, obviously. And how cool is it though to I can throw Notre Dame into that, but Indiana and Purdue basketball schools known for it. It's got to be one of the coolest things to be so sought after by both of them.
yeah, it is. Obviously, like you said, they're both really good historically basketball programs. I don't know what I'll do. Leaving the state. Obviously, I haven't narrowed down that possibility yet. But to be recruited by both of those,
Don't be messing with my prediction, man.
both of those, all three of those schools in the state, it's been really cool. Just growing up in the state of Indiana and then being recruited by the three high major schools here. So I think it's been really cool so far for me.
Yeah, and also getting to play with guys like Braylon Mullins. Braylon's recruitment has skyrocketed as well. Other people are getting to see his great abilities, and that's another thing about that team that you guys have. Man, you've got Malachi at the center spot, who is a beast. You've got you at that wing that is just able to do multiple things, whether it is shooting from outside, getting inside and banging with guys, bringing the ball up the floor even. And then you've added the great point guard in Mark Zachary, but Braylon Mullins is also his recruitment has skyrocketed as well. But how do you guys talk about your recruitments individually?
A little bit. Maybe when we're just, chilling at the hotels, in between games, going out to eat, stuff like that. We talk about it a little bit, but I think everybody's starting to, get their own, like you just said, Braylon's kind of blew up this spring, which, obviously the way he shoots it, kind of allows that. And then I think overall he's just a great player. So, we talked about it a little bit.
He reminds you of me shooting it, right?
I guess so.
Yeah, right. And I've asked you this before, so I know the answer, but have you guys talked about the potential of playing together at the next level?
Yeah, we've talked about it a little bit. You know, obviously joked around with it a little bit. I think we share a few offers, so we could if we wanted to, but
Of
we
course
haven't
you
talked about
could.
it too much.
Of course you could. Yeah, I was so, and you're ready to make your announcement today, right here, live, right?
Not yet, not yet.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Hello, everybody. Jim Coyle with Indiana Sports Beat Radio. And thank you for enjoying our content and videos. And make sure you hit that subscribe and notifications toggle so you don't miss out on anything, whether it's Indiana Hoosiers, the Boilers, the Colts, the Pacers, Indiana high school action, whatever's happening in sports. We're trying to bring it all to you and make sure you don't miss out on a thing. Again, hit the subscribe button for us. Helps us out a ton. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much.